What's up? This is Ben from WODprep, and today we are going to talk about why you cannot do a pistol, and also why he can't do a pistol. But he knows why you can't do a pistol, so that's why we're here today. We're going to give you a few drills that you can implement right away to help increase your chances of doing a pistol. But really quick, if you are looking for more tips, more in-depth strategy on how to get better at all of the CrossFit skills, make sure you go to WODprep.com and you can download a bunch of free training guides. We are not associated with CrossFit HQ in any way, shape, or form, but we can help you get better at their sport. So, I know, CJ, you're not necessarily a huge fan of pistols, and neither am I. And for those of you who have done a lot of them, you probably know it's easy to get some nagging knee inflammation. They make you feel a little wonky and funky. Don't do pistols unless you really need to. They're not that functional. But if you're someone who's trying to compete in this sport, then it is a necessary evil, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think single leg strength is important, or like the ability to do a pistol is okay, and that's like shows that you are strong on one side, but doing them in high rep, unless you're competing CrossFit, functional fitness competitions, it's not really necessary.
Yeah, so it's first to ask yourself, do I actually need to learn pistols? If it's just for your normal daily workouts and they come up once every month, maybe, don't stress too much about this. But if you've made it all the way this far and you're ready to learn pistols, let's talk about it. So when it comes to pistols, a lot of people say, oh, it's all about mobility and that's the only thing that matters. Well, that's actually not the case. The first thing we're going to talk about today is single leg strength. So tell us about that. What does that mean?
So single leg strength is like our ability to produce strength unilaterally, meaning just on one leg, okay, like a step up or a pistol. Those are very important to be able to squat or, like a single leg deadlift, to be able to balance, create the strength to move on one leg independently from your other leg touching the ground.
Just because I can do an air squat doesn't necessarily mean, hold on, whoa, I can only do it easily on this leg and then I can't as well on the other leg. That was pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself. So just because you can do it with two legs doesn't mean that you have the strength or stability to do it with one leg. So how do we develop single leg strength? How do we focus on that?
There's definitely a couple ways. I have two that I really like, and one works for purely strength, the other works for strength and balance. So we're going to talk about the first one, which is what's called a dead stop step up. So what we've done is we've all done step ups before. So we're here, we stand up, come back down. But what we're doing is we're assisting with the bottom leg.
Yeah, do a couple more. Watch this. When he was telling me about this, I was a little surprised. You can see here he's actually kind of pushing off on that bottom foot to like bounce him off the ground. So why is that wrong?
Right. There's nothing wrong about it. It's just not really going to help build our strength in our top leg, because no one struggles with the pistol in the top of it. It's in the bottom. So here we've got our knee at 90 degrees. We're basically below the depth for a pistol. We got to build strength here. But if we push off from the ground, we don't really. It's kind of like a push press. We don't really start pressing till we're up here. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the dead step up is going to be basically we're going to lean over the leg. We're going to try and lift the bottom toe off the ground. Okay, that's going to help us prevent from here. We're going to not rebend that knee. We're going to lift and stand. So here, and it's much more difficult. So here we lean. We want to pretend we're pulling the toe off the ground first. That way we don't bend the knee and push off here. You can see even me pushing off, it still kind of drags a little bit. One more time here, lean. There we go. All right, so it's a tough one.
Go one more. So what he's talking about, hopefully you can see, I know it's sort of close to being out of the frame, but what he's talking about is lifting his toe so that he can't bounce himself off the ground, and that's isolating that top leg. So you can do it with both legs, I assume?
Both legs, yep. I would start with the lower box, 20. This is a 20-inch box. It's pretty high. I've done these a lot, so I would definitely start just trying to practice the motion on like a 14-inch or a 12-inch or something smaller.
And then hypothetically, like, could you graduate to a 24 and then a 30? Really make the range of motion bigger? Okay, and the key, remember guys and girls, don't bounce off that bottom foot. So just focus on that top leg strength. Okay, so that's one example of some single leg strength development drills. Now let's talk about stability. I know that's thing number two that we need to talk about to learn pistols is single leg strength and then stability.
So basically, again, balance is just standing on one leg. A lot of people just don't have the same balance left to right. So we're going to do this single leg step down. So being able to stand here on the box with the other leg floating in front, similar to what a pistol would look like. So from here, we're going to do a single leg step down but we're going to keep the leg floating the whole time. So the off leg is never going to touch anything. It's going to tap the ground and come back up. And our goal is to be able to balance the whole time. Okay, so we're going to learn, and then as we get better, we get a higher box, or we reach the foot out further in front. And we get better at it.
So once you hypothetically master something like this, you can move on to a higher box, which is going to allow for more range of motion. Okay. And I know I've done these before, and in a couple other videos I might have suggested them. It really helps if you go at a tempo. If you go slow and controlled, like even when I try to do a pistol, if I step into a pistol really fast and stand, I'm essentially short-circuiting the balance aspect. But if I stand straight up, lift a leg, and go really slow, it's a lot harder for me to stay balanced in the pistol. So when we're practicing for balance and stability, it's really important to go nice and slow. And then thing number 3, we already mentioned it earlier, chances are this is what you think is wrong with your pistol, is mobility. But today we're not going to tell you to smash your ankle or to like massage it with a lacrosse ball or anything like that. CJ, what is like proven to be the best way to increase range of motion or increase mobility?
Right, so time and time again, you know, we can smash, we can stretch passively, and all those things, and eventually it kind of opens up, but usually during that time, we're still moving and we're still loading our ankle specifically. So loaded end range of motion training, right? So things like this right here, like the single leg step down, you're going to end up being blocked by the end range of your ankle. And if we challenge that continuously over time, the body will adapt, the range of motion will increase, okay, and our mobility will improve, which is ankle dorsiflexion specifically for the pistol.
Okay, so you're saying that instead of like hypothetically, I put my foot here and I just kind of like stretch. And I just sit here passively stretching my ankle, trying to get it into dorsiflexion. You're saying a more effective way could be actually doing the drills that we talked about, getting into that end range as low as we can get. And I can actually feel the stretch happening. You're saying that's probably going to be more effective?
Yeah, definitely going to be more effective.
Definitely going to be more effective. All right, so there you have it. Before you just go smash and passively stretch your ankles, these are a few different drills that you can do to increase your pistol performance. Comment below and let me know, what do you, in your words, think is preventing you from doing a pistol? Maybe we didn't cover it in this video, but chances are we did. And last but not least, thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Make sure you click subscribe, and please go to WODprep.com if you want any of our free training guides that will help you improve your performance. Peace.